at least 10 times stronger, 10 times stronger. Hey guys, Zach Carson, your favorite strength and conditioning coach. Want to tell you guys a little bit about the effects of caffeine and what it can do for you strength and performance wise, and what it can do for you negatively as well. So some of those highs and some of those lows. First and foremost, caffeine. What is it? It's a central nervous system stimulant. Caffeine consumed regularly between 200 to 600 milligrams a day, depending on the individual, perfectly normal, socially acceptable, and safe. All right. However, caffeine is never a substitute for a good diet, adequate fluids, and adequate sleep. It cannot substitute any of those things. So, with that being said, you need to make sure you're consuming it at on regular intervals and not over-consuming it throughout the day. So what are some of those benefits of caffeine? Well, if you consume it in the proper amounts, such as 1 8-ounce serving or a standard cup of coffee is going to be about 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. And with that, you're going to get a decreased pain and perception of fatigue, which can lead to higher training intensities, possibly decrease in rate of perceived exertion, which can lead to longer training sessions. It also can lead to an increased mental focus and coordination. So with that, all those things can encompass some short-term sprints, some short-term jumping, exactly what you guys need on the basketball court, right? Also that increased focus and ability to maybe handle that ball with hand-eye coordination is going to be a big A+ for you guys when it comes to benefits of that caffeine usage. So moving into some of those negative consequences of caffeine, if you do overconsume caffeine, generally about 6 to 9 milligrams per kilogram of body weight is too much and you're over-consuming it, you're actually going to lead to possible nausea, irritability, increased heart rate. It's going to cause a little GI discomfort. Plus, caffeine's a diuretic, so it could cause frequent trips to the bathroom. And then you might have a little bit of shakes or tremors, so you completely mitigate that mental focus that you once had. So you want to make sure that you're not over-consuming it and that you're consuming the right amount for your body weight. Again, caffeine consumption is going to be individual, and you need to make sure that you know exactly how much you can take in based on how much you weigh. Again, that general recommendation for each and every day is about 200 to 600 milligrams. Another potential risk of caffeine is that it is, just like any other drug, it can become addictive. So if you overconsume it for long periods of time and find yourself in a state of chronic use of caffeine, it becomes addictive, and when you cycle off of it, you can have withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms including headaches, nausea, things of that nature that are going to be very negative when it comes to your performance as well. So what I recommend is that every so long that you're on caffeine, for a couple of weeks to a month, you abstain from it. Research shows that if you abstain from it for as short of periods of even 24 hours, up to 72 or greater, and then you reintroduce that caffeine back into your system, you can get those performance enhancements back. So you get that good coordination, that good mental focus, and you get that performance enhancement back. Here's the kicker about caffeine, guys. It's actually banned by the NCAA. It is a banned substance, and if it's detected in excess of 15 micrograms per milliliter in your urine concentration, that's the equivalent to about 500 milligrams of consumption over a short period of time, which is the equivalent to about 6 to 8 cups of brewed coffee. It will be detected on a urine test. It is a banned substance, and you will be suspended from play with that consumption of caffeine. So keep that in mind when you're taking any of these supplements, making sure that you are checking what the regulations are in each and every supplement that you put into your body. And just to recap a couple of things, caffeine is perfectly safe when used at about 200 to 600 milligrams per day. Also, taking into consideration that each and every person is individual. However, caffeine is not a substitute for a healthy diet, adequate water intake, and adequate sleep. So again, I mentioned that half-life is about 2 to 10 hours depending on the person, meaning that if you do take it in the afternoon, especially near bedtime, there's a good chance that it's going to affect your ability to sleep at night, causing loss of sleep, causing fatigue, which is going to lead to a vicious cycle on the back end, which often leads to more caffeine use to try to pick the stimulation back up, and then the cycle begins. You don't want to find yourself on that, so you want to use it smartly. Again, there certainly are those performance benefits that we talked about that decreased perception of fatigue, decreased perception of pain, decrease the rate of perceived exertion, so you can have those increased benefits, but you also have to make sure that you're weighing those negative benefits and always keeping in consideration that caffeine is a banned substance if it is detected in urine concentrations on your analysis test. So thanks guys for watching. I hope this was really informal, and I'll get back with you next time. Thanks a lot.